Hey, so welcome to my channel. Um, the content of this video I feel like is not normalized, and it should be. It's about pregnancy. I'm currently pregnant. I'm in my third trimester. Um, there's 3 trimesters in case you didn't know. The first one is like your first to 12 weeks. Second is 12 to 24 weeks, sorry. And then your third is 24 to 40 weeks. You're a new mother? You just found out? Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Please take a deep breath. Do not stress yourself. You don't need to. This is supposed to be a happy moment for you. Sorry. You're about to bring a new life into this world. Maybe more than one, if you're lucky. But this is just a video on things that I needed for my pregnancy, how I'm dealing with my pregnancy, how I'm keeping up with my pregnancy, tips you can use. By all means, I encourage you to. First, typically, unless your family is just rich and just has the extra $200 to $300 for every doctor visit, please get Medicaid. Please sign up for Medicaid. If it's not for you, at least you have to get it. I know in Alabama you have to get it. Like, the mother has to have it for the child to have it at birth. If not, I think you have to wait till they're over a year old. And I know from hearing that you have so many prenatal visits, then you have your ER visits, your medicines that you don't have to pay for, none of that. You don't have a copay or anything as long as you get on it. And I think after you have your baby, you have like 3 or 4 postpartum visits. Your baby alone, I believe, has to have 2 shots. It has to go up for so many different checkups. And then if it's a boy, if you choose to circumcise, so be it. I'm having a little boy. I know we're doing a circumcision just because I really don't know why. I just know that everybody does it. But I know here lately there's been a lot of this and that against circumcision and not. But I'm not gonna judge you. But so a few things I would recommend. When I first found out I was supposed to be taking prenatals, your doctor encourages you to take prenatals. If you don't see a gynecologist before you get pregnant, I know I was 21 when I was pregnant, when I found out I was pregnant. No, I was 20 when I found out I was pregnant, sorry. And I never been to a gynecologist. My first pregnancy. I never been on birth control either, so I never had to go to the health department besides when I was little for my shots. But you will need to have it confirmed. I am pregnant. Found out during I want to say it was like the downside of the second round of this coronavirus, and we couldn't use the health department. We couldn't go just to the health department and then go on about our business. Like, everybody we called kept saying no, has to be already confirmed. And I'm just sitting here like I'm calling hospitals, health departments. I called Aniston OBG. None of them would confirm it for me. Like, everybody was always saying, they kept telling me that I would have to have it pre-confirmed, basically. So, couldn't do it anyway. So we went through the ER and got it confirmed. I think I had to, it was me and my fiance at the time. I had to take the P test and the strep throat test, and I think they were going to test me for COVID, but then they found out I was pregnant, and that they just sent us home after they found out we were pregnant. So that was technically confirmed. So then I was able to apply for WIC and Medicaid. If you don't have WIC, you need it because I know while you're pregnant, you get so much government nutrition, basically. And then I know after you have your baby, it comes in handy. It buys powdered milk. You get some form of gallon milk, baby foods, baby cereal, stuff like that. It doesn't pay for diapers or anything. But I mean, with formula as high as it is, you can't complain with a little bit of help. But different doctors, like I said, are going to tell you this and that. Every female is different. Every pregnancy is different. Every body is different. So I was bouncing back and forth. I'm sorry, y'all have really bad allergies. So, my prenatals, I first started taking were 1-a-days, and then Flintstones, and then I kept getting heart flutters, so I quit taking them, and I went to some Walmart brand, kind of like these are Vita Fusion. They came from Walmart too, but it was another medicine off brand. But these, out of all those that I just described, they didn't help me. I didn't feel good. I had heart flutters constantly having to change and stuff. So, and then I just quit taking them. But I tried this for the rest of my first, and then majority of my second. They're multivitamins with folate and 50 milligram DHA. These, I have acid reflux. Had it bad before I got pregnant. It got worse after I got pregnant. These, they're little gummies. Oops. They're little gummies. And they're chewy. They don't taste bad either. Like, they don't have that nasty medicine taste. They're really good. They helped with my indigestion. When I was taking those, I did not have to take so many of these. It is most common for most females that just have to have some kind of antacid. Whether you can take Tums, Xanax, Prozac, I don't know, some actual prescribed medicine. But I don't like taking stuff like that, because then if I run out, or if I take too many in a set amount of time or whatever, I can't get them, because they're going to think I'm using it for drugs. I'm not. But I thrive off of these. These are the off-brand Tums. They're Ultra Strength 1000. I take 2 of these. And I typically drink a hot Coke. Hot drinks burp me way more easier before a cold drink will. Like, a cold drink just mostly burns my nose, and like I said, every woman is different and every body is different. So I had to take 2 of those and a hot drink, a hot soda, and they helped me a lot. You want to drink plenty of water and Gatorade. They're going to tell you that. I drank Gatorade, water, Sprite. Honestly, I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't like doctors, but I like my gynecologist and her nurse. And I do what I want, basically. Do what I want. I get what I need done when I need it. So I'm not oppressed or anything like that. I just know that pregnancy has been around a lot longer than, no offense to my doctors, no offense to your doctors, none of the medical crew, but pregnancy has been around since the beginning of time. I mean, there's literally probably nothing that you can't really do to an extent while you're pregnant. My first and second trimester, I worked 2 jobs, both of them. 2 separate jobs, like, basically how you want to see it is I worked 4 jobs at one time, in a way. Like in my first trimester, I worked 2. I quit one, stayed at the second one. And the second one was more towards my second trimester. And I got another job. And then I quit the one that I left the first one for. And I got another job after. So then I was working on my second set. And then my mom and my fiance, now my husband, basically told me that I didn't need to work. And they didn't want me to work. They didn't feel comfortable with me working. And now I'm in my third trimester, so I don't think I worked the last 2 weeks of my second trimester. But I did work up until then. And I stayed pretty active as well. So I did that. I had to take, I did drink Gatorades and I did drink Cokes and Pepsis. I still ate deli foods. A lot of people say you don't need to eat deli food, like clubs, deli sandwiches, like cold sandwiches. I ate that. I continued to eat Subway. I mean, like I said, you just kind of have to test out what you can and can't do. Not all pregnancies are the same. Not all women are the same. The only thing that nobody told me, well, there was a lot of things that nobody told me, but the main thing that nobody really told me is your vaginal care. That is not well described from a gynecologist, from person to person, from your best friend. Like, it's not a common thing. It's just not. I just realized I left out a few things from medicines earlier. I'll get that back to that in a few minutes. I'm sorry. Pregnancy brain is real. That is a real thing. Your emotions are real. You're not crazy. You're real. You're being real. You're sharing your body for somebody else, and you're having to work in overtime. Your body is going to be going crazy. But vaginal care, before I ever lost my virginity, I kept my vagina clean. Like, what I want to say is clean. I douche 2 times a week. I use a day wash and a night wash. I'd use an off-brand for my day wash and a name brand for my night wash in the shower. I used wipes and spray, all from Summer's Eve. I wore panty liners every single day. Like, that's how I kept my vagina. Then I lost my virginity, kind of got nasty. I kind of just let it go away. Up until I got pregnant, I was mostly just using 1 wash, every now and then 2, but 1 wash. I used wipes. I keep using wipes, and I switch between Summer's Eve and baby wipes just because I just feel more cleaner that way. Like, even in my, before I lost my virginity, that's how I did it too. But up until I got pregnant, I did that. And then after I lost my virginity, I also used a body wash down there and a vaginal wash down there. And I would swap between the wipes and the baby wipes. I did not use the spray. I did still douche, but I only douched like once a week. Okay, once you become pregnant, your gynecologist doesn't want you to do any of that. Honestly, they say that all of those are all bad for your vaginal health, basically. But after I got pregnant, I more so used, I try to use the Yardley brand of body wash, like bar soap, for my vagina specifically, because she did not want me using Summer's Eve, Vagisil, Vagistat, whatever y'all use, whatever you prefer. She didn't want me to use any of that. So I went to Dollar Tree and tried their Yardley body wash bars and baby soap. She's gonna tell you to stay away from like strong scents, so don't use Bath and Body Works when you're pregnant. Any kind of Summer's Eve, Vagisil, Vagistat, don't use that. And just kind of go light. Like, my gynecologist literally tells me to use soap once a week, or use soap down there, like body wash soap down there, like at least once a week, or use a very light baby wash, and don't like scrub or anything, because she doesn't want you to irritate it. And that was just so hard for me to accept and try to, drop down for buying all these products to like just using 2 things. I mean, she didn't even really want me using soap down there. She really wanted me to just run water through there, but I don't feel clean. Most women don't feel clean. And then she did also let me use the baby wash. So for most of my pregnancy, I've used the baby wash. You are very more prone during pregnancy to get, and this is for any woman, like this is a hit or miss, or this is a common symptom, but it's like UTIs and stuff like that. Bacterias are very easy to grow in there. I've heard a lot of people tell me if you pee in like your shower water or in a swimming pool, even though you're getting clean, or even though there's Clorox or something in the pool water or something, chlorine and all that, the chemicals, you can still set up your own UTI or vaginal bacterial infections. And I myself, after using all those products, I myself personally had to deal with that in my first and second trimester. Mostly all the way through. She kept giving me cream, she kept giving me pills. I mean, like, my vagina, and I felt bad because my vagina would smell like a wet dog. I could not stand that. I didn't understand why I was stinking that bad. I showered every single day, and she told me it was normal. So if you smell like a dog, it's mostly normal. You might have a light vaginal bacterial infection or a UTI, but it's normal. Like, don't freak out about it like I did. My main thing is trying to let other females know that your vagina is going to go through so many different things, from the pH balance, lowering or rising, and everything else. All your toxins inside your own body is just going to change. Like, since I've been pregnant, I've not had a period. It'll be almost 9 months next month, and I'm due in December. So I've not had a period. Some women do. Some women bleed all the way through. Some women bleed here and there. But if you do bleed, it's not always your period. It can be a miscarriage, or it can be something else. You always want to let them know, especially while you're pregnant. I have a few notes here. I'm just looking over. I'm going to go over the rest of the medicine. So for the most of my first trimester, I use these. You can commonly find them at Walmart, I'm sure any drugstore. They're just like little cough drops. Basically, they come in that little candy foil, little zip pouch, just like cough drops. And these are the Upspring Stomach Settle Lemon Ginger Honey Drops. And they are a lifesaver. If you don't have any kind of nausea medicine, These things, they just get the job done. I think you're only supposed to take 4 drops a day. I got addicted to them the first time I took them because they tasted so good. Like, they were so sweet. Then they were making my stomach feel better. And I loved them. So you'd really consider using those. If you have back pain, I use this depending on your body. Like I said, each woman is different. And each doctor is different. Each pregnancy is different too. So you have to think about all of that before you just start taking all of this stuff that I'm telling you to take. But my camera is being fuzzy. Sorry. These are the Highlands Back Relief. They don't have any acetaminophen, any ibuprofen, and they're not known. They don't have known drug interactions. In my second trimester, commonly had back pains. So you just take one of them. They're about like a allergy pill tablet, a small circle one. This one has 100 in it. I think you had to chew these and just take one of them. I took one of them, but I use this for my back. Use that and that, you know. But before you just go grab it, most of this, besides the prenatals and the stomach drops, please ask your doctor. I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to lead you into the wrong hands. I myself am not a doctor. I'm just telling you how my experience went. I was taking an allergy pill before, and it was a Benadryl. So my doctor prescribed me to take, oops, I keep dropping everything. Too many in the cap. But they're little drops. I got these from Walmart. They are a little expensive. They're the Equate brand. They're the off-brand of Claritin, I believe, but they're Latordon. The end of my second, when I started having back pains, to my third, this is what she prescribed me. And I've been on the pink Benadryl pills ever since I was 13 years old, taking 2 of them a day. And then she made me cut it off like cold turkey. Cut that off because somehow the stuff that's in Benadryl can affect your baby, and she didn't want to chance it. So I had to take those. I had to stop, and then my allergies just got worse, and I was miserable, mostly from my allergies. Like, not really from nausea, not really from morning sickness. Like, I only had morning sickness 2 times, and I'm almost done. I do encourage you to drink Gatorade, staying hydrated the right way, getting some form of exercise. You don't have to work, you don't have to go work out. Don't care if you just walk from your house to your mailbox. Even if that's just 5 steps a day. It's 5 steps you took that you didn't take earlier. So I do encourage you to do that. Eat healthy. I'm not focused on eating healthy because that just wasn't my thing. But I would encourage you to get a binder or some kind of journal to keep up with stuff. I personally like using a binder because I could use these for stuff like this. And it's not all over the place. I'm not losing it. Like, I have all of my Medicaid information, my hospital papers from when we went to the ER. From the first day when we had just found out, everybody that we had to contact is on this paper. I wrote it down, and I said where they were from and that they didn't do it or did do it. I wrote down important emails for my WIC and Medicaid. And then the phone number to call the gynecologist. I kept all that in here on notebook paper. And then each time I would have to go for an appointment, like I have it written down right here. Right here, just little notes of like symptoms I was feeling before, or no, this isn't that one, sorry. This is for I have two different note pages. One for appointments, like how much I weigh. I know most hospitals are using these now. It's the Natura chromosomal blood thing. That's what they'll tell you to create an account for. They give you the card like that. They give you a code and everything, and you just have to go in there and create your account. Like, I wrote that down on here, and what she told me I need to start doing. I kept up with my weight, but I also have this note page too, and this is like my symptom page from each visit, and I had it like separated like this: first, second, and such, just different things. Like my first thing was my anxiety, because I have natural anxiety before. Pregnancy made it a little worse. It's getting better now, but now it's picking back up because I'm about to go into labor soon, and I'm worrying about all these other different things. My dandruff got worse. I have dandruff, and I have to switch up to use different hair products, but I use the Daenerix in the blue tube with the red top, and it's a medicated anti-dandruff or dry skin relief medicine, shampoo and conditioner together. Then I use that, and I use Beauty and Planet. I used that helped. And then I'm using the Maui now, and it's doing really good results for my hair. Like I said, I smell like wet dog. Wrote that down about the smell. Basically just anything that could happen, or like delivery plans, asked her what all we could bring early, that way I don't forget, and I wrote it down. And basically they just want you, asked her again recently too, she just wants me to really just bring enough clothes for 2 nights for me and my husband, at least 2 to 3 outfits for our baby, and he has to have snacks. She did tell me he would have to have snacks in his own food. We can bring snacks for both of us to eat, but he would have to have food because the hospital would just for sure furnish me food 3 meals a day. But I told him I wasn't going to eat if he wasn't going to eat. So we're bringing food money. She did tell me if you use any kind of special shampoos and conditioners, or any kind of special toiletries in general, because they will provide like toothbrushes, toothpaste, kind of like when you go to a motel, stuff like that. Chargers, we have talked about bringing a speaker and playing ASMR in the background, ASMR, whatever else, to try to calm you while you're in labor. And we talked about that. We talked about bringing candles, wearing a lava rock bracelet. She did tell me that from the beginning to not really mess with essential oils in the first trimester, because certain ones, and I did have to do some research on that, certain ones are not good for your baby. Like, they will kind of, I don't know how to describe it and put it in the right way without making it seem like it's just gonna straight up make you have an abortion or something, but you just need to do your own research on that. She did tell me that I can have an essential oil diffuser. For that, I can wear my bracelet, have my speaker, have my music playing, have my ASMR, just calming things while we're doing this. And just staying healthy and staying happy. And being active. Like, once you get to your last part, she has been stressing to me. She only wanted me to gain 8 pounds. 8 to 10 or 8 to 12, one of the two, from my beginning weight. And I've been keeping up with my weight. And when I started, I was at 263. And from my last appointment, which was last Tuesday, I weighed 277. She only wants me to gain 5 more pounds, and that's it. She don't want me to gain any more than 5. And she does want me to do, like, walks, daily walks, soft stretches, getting a ball and bouncing on it and stuff, and just trying to loosen everything up slowly but gradually, and while being fit for our baby. And that's all I'm gonna say for right now, because I'm still in my pregnancy, and I will do another video again. If this one's a little confabulated, this will be my bloopers edition. But I will try to go back. I should have done parts of each trimester and just went that route instead of just trying to do it all compiled into one video. But this one will still get posted. Maybe not as an official pregnancy talk, but as a bloopers kinda. And maybe then, after the bloopers is posted, maybe then I'll be able to sit down, relax, and go through my notes exactly. And then just look back at my pregnancy at what I remember. Because like I said, I should have started this while I was at my first, second. Instead of just waiting till now. And then trying to think of all this stuff to tell you guys. And each year's different. Like, I got pregnant during the pandemic, so like all the pandemic babies and everything else, all that is all different. Like I said, your body is different, but possibly, more so possibly, stay tuned for the actual breakdowns of my pregnancy, because this is more than likely going to be the bloopers, since I feel like I rambled and I was all over the place and was not really organized. But I'm still going to post it because I feel like it does talk about everything descriptively. Not very descriptively, but just pinpointing